Well, no, we should keep Fire Force at least
Sure. Oh, did
because
you watch it or are you?
yeah, I watched it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
What'd you
we
think?
should we should keep that. I loved it. I'm enjoying where the shit's going, like hands down. I don't know, homeboy, what Kurono,
Yeah.
like I don't know, the tone just kind of like shifted, and not in like a dark way, but just like in an oppressive way, where I'm kind of just like, yo, what? And there's clearly a whole bunch of like history on the motherfuckers that we don't even know about that they're fleshing out now. But there's also a whole bunch of other shit that's gonna go on simultaneously, and I'm pretty sure shit's just gonna pop off at Hajime. Because they didn't even show us the. I'm pretty sure they made a plan for Shinra going to Hajime, and then even in the previews, you see Arthur and him with the kid Son like fighting against Kurono or like running away from him. So I'm like, eventually the other motherfucker is gonna show up, and there's gonna be a shit show.
Yeah, I mean, I like that. Even in the new intro, they pretty much lay out like what the second core is going to revolve around, and it is one of my favorite sections. I didn't get it when I read it, but now that I'm watching it, if you start like going from maybe like 2 or 3 episodes back, there's like a real Soul Eater vibe in how they're now.
Oh my
presenting.
god, the pin, Kurono's pin. I was like, bruh, look at that. I saw that.
Yeah. And Easter eggs like that, and even like the way they're presenting characters, like Chrono, when he put the black smoke up, he got like the eyes through the smoke look just like the design for the Kishin.
Yes.
The eyes. Even like his whole like attitude about like picking on the weak, the way his character is presented, just felt like he would have been at home in Soul Eater as well.
Right.
Like Fire Force has a little bit of a different vibe.
Kishin.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. God damn.
Yeah, and I feel like Fire Force is good because it has a different vibe than Soul Eater does. Like, the art is similar, but it's its own thing. And then sometimes it kind of like dabbles back or throws a little callback. And I feel like that character in particular is a very like... He would have been at home if he'd been in Soul Eater, but he works out just fine in Fire Force and adds like a slightly different dynamic. Also, I appreciate the fact that even though he's presented as a crazy person, it's pretty obvious that there's other layers to what's going on with him. And if you look at the opening, obviously they show the White Clads involved, and they tease that Burns is also going to be involved. So really the main antagonist is set up really not even to be him. So the fact that like he's someone who comes in as billed as being sort of in the same strength category as Benimaru, and is going to, is owning our heroes right now, but may have other things to do later is cool because it means it's not like a sort of thrown together villain so that you can sort of dispatch him and be done. So yeah. I thought that was awesome. The callback to Rekka is also really cool that he kind of is alive in this kid's head.
Weird. Yeah. The kid's head.
Yeah,
that shit's so fucking weird, man. I'm like, what is going on?
That's why I felt like this was very Soul Eater, because Soul Eater was all about like people going insane or fighting against madness, and that hasn't really been like the theme of Fire Force so much. Like, there's bad people who are crazy, but like they sort of have like tangible interests. They're trying to do stuff. They operate within the world like air quotes normal people would in this universe, and this is more. We're getting introduced more and more to people who are truly psychotic. Like, you got...
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, what did they say? That, like, if Benimaru is the strongest and Kurono's the maddest?
Yeah.
I was like...
The most insane? Yeah.
I was like, wait a second. So that means other niggas are rivaling Benimaru? They're just, like, not... Well, Benimaru is not sane. Well, not that he's not sane, but he's not a regular person.
No. And we don't even get a lot of the matchups that are interesting to really figure it out. Because, like, Benimaru is canonically described as the strongest fire soldier, point blank, period. Yeah. And he has a lot of feats so far just in the anime. But it's not clear if that's how the power scaling actually really works in the series. Because we already know that, like, Shinra having an Adola burst allows him to do things that violate the fundamental laws of physics, as does Sho and others. And we don't really get or haven't yet gotten a good matchup between a character like that and someone like Benimaru, who is not an Adola Burst user, but is clearly stronger than anyone else we've seen yet. You're right. Like, he hasn't really faced the White Cloud, so we don't really know.
Man, even still, Kurono, I will say that I definitely got like scared during this episode because Kurono really is a fucking bully. Because when he started to like use the black smoke seriously, and when he started like doing the weapons, I was like, oh,
that shit was sick.
It was so cool, but I was like, yo, this nigga's in danger. Like, I think he might like actually. I thought he was actually probably gonna try to like kill Shinra. I was like, bruh, like. No, like, he's pulling knives out he can like form any fucking weapon out of that smoke, and then he can like cloud your vision at the same time. I was like, nah.
No, his shit is busted. You don't realize it till like deep into the fight that he actually is more of a ninja, like a business ninja, than he is like Benimaru's like all power. Because his ability, if you think like how he described it, he said that he can all his smoke and soot acts like an extension of his five senses. Yeah. So he can feel, touch, hear, all that other stuff through the smoke. Meanwhile, he can form weapons out of it. He can just hurt you with it. Because he beat the shit out of Shinra just with the smoke itself.
Yeah, when he did that first hit, I was like, at first I was like, wait a second, did the smoke hit him somehow? But like, you didn't see a fist. I was like, oh, maybe he can like form the smoke into like extensions of his body and hit people. And I was like, oh no, he can just like pop that shit.
Right.
Like,
so he is his power is super versatile. So I think like, again, as a villain, he's fun and has like an interesting ideology and, you know, is very villainous and crazy. But then as like a power user in the universe, he's actually interesting. He's not just sort of a one trick kind of dude. So I thought it was a really good debut for that character, even though he really had like a week and a half or an episode and a half to build a little bit.
I mean, shit, I liked it.
Yeah, it was cool.